Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the units of measurement. These are the contents of this video. Introduction to the measurement, fundamental units, derived units. These are the types of units. Then temperature units, and at the last we will see scientific notations and metric prefixes. So first we will see the introduction part. An instrument is defined as a device that determines the magnitude or value of a quantity. Quantities such as temperature, pressure, level, current, voltage, resistance, power, force, velocity, and distance. Any quantity or parameter can be understood clearly by measuring it. The measurements are made to monitor a process or operation, which is to troubleshoot an existing circuit, characterize and define a circuit, and modify it for the improvement. It depends on the measuring equipment or instrument available and how the instrument will function as per the prescribed requirement. The instruments may be simple or complex, such as thermometers, anemometers, barometers, which measure the environmental conditions, and special monitoring equipments and electric, gas, and water meters, which are used at homes and hospitals. The quantities measured are expressed in numerical values which possess some units. The standard system of units of measurement was required to establish to accept it throughout the world. This system is called as international system, and it is abbreviated as international system is abbreviated as SI. So next, the units of measurement. Any physical quantity which is measured is expressed in kind and magnitude. Each kind of physical quantity is expressed in a standard measure which is called as a unit. The magnitude of physical quantity is defined as the product of numerical ratio and the unit. The numerical ratio is also called as numerical multiplier or number of measures, which is defined as the number of times the unit occurs in any given amount of the same quantity. Two kinds of units are used to measure a physical quantity, which is known as fundamental and derived units, which is known as fundamental and derived units. So we will see the fundamental and derived units. The measures of length, mass, and time are the fundamental units in mechanics and also fundamental to the most other physical quantities. So they are called as a primary fundamental units. On the other hand, the measures of certain physical quantities in electrical, thermal, and illumination disciplines are also defined by the fundamental units, and they are called as auxiliary fundamental units. All other units that can be expressed in terms of fundamental units with the help of physical equations are known as the derived units. The energy derived unit, sorry, The every derived unit originates from some physical equation or law defining that unit, such as area of rectangle is given as product of length and breadth. So it is expressed as A equals to L into B. Suppose meter is the unit of length and breadth, then the number of multiplier and unit both are multiplied as, suppose length is 5, and breadth is 6 meters, then the area will be 30, and here unit will be product of unit of length as well as breadth, that means m into m, that means meter square. So here unit of area will be meter square. Next is SI mechanical units. The three fundamental mechanical units in SI system are meter, which is abbreviated as M, kilogram, abbreviated as kg, and seconds as a S, and these are the units of length, mass, and time respectively. The derived mechanical units such as force, work, power, and energy can be obtained from these fundamental units. So a force, this one, the force must be applied to accelerate or decelerate a body proportional to the desired rate of change of velocity, that is acceleration or deceleration, and it is expressed as force equals to mass m into acceleration a. Similarly, next term is work. The work done in a moving body is the force exerted to overcome the body's resistance to bring it into the motion, and mathematically it is expressed as the product of force and the distance through which the body moves in the direction of force. The SI unit of the work is joule, and it is denoted by J. Next is power. Power is the certain amount of work to be done in a time, that is time rate of doing the work, and mathematically it is expressed as power equals to work upon time, that is W upon T, and its unit is watt, and it is defined as the power obtained when 1 joule of work is done in 1 second. Next term is energy. Energy is defined as the capacity to do the work. It is measured in same unit as for the work. When power of 1 watt is used for 1 hour, the work done or energy consumed in 1 watt hour, that is 1 Wh. Or when the power of 1 watt is dissipated for 1 second, the work done or energy consumed is 1 joule as a power in time rate of doing work. Similarly, when the power of 1 kilowatt is used for when the power of 1 kilowatt is used for 1 hour, the energy consumed is 1 kWh. So here for energy we can mention unit as a watt hour or as well as kWh, that is kilowatt hour. Next is electrical units. In the SI system, the unit of electric current is considered as the fundamental unit, while the unit of charge, potential difference, EMF and voltage, resistance and conductance, magnetic flux and flux density, inductance and capacitance are categorized as derived electrical units. First is current, the unit of current. The electric current is the flow of charge carriers that passes a given point in a conductor in 1 second. The SI unit of electrical charge or quantity of electricity is coulomb, denoted as C, and that of the electric current is ampere and denoted by A. Since the current is easier to measure accurately than the charge, the ampere is fundamental electrical unit and coulomb is, so here ampere is fundamental unit and coulomb is derived unit. Next is potential difference, EMF and voltage. The SI unit of potential difference, EMF and voltage is volt, that is same for all these three quantities, and it is defined as potential difference between 2 points on a conductor that carries a constant current of 1 ampere when 1 watt of power is dissipated between those points. Next is resistance and conductance. The SI unit of resistance is ohm. The symbol is like this, that is a Greek capital letter omega. It is defined as the resistance that allows the current of 1 ampere to flow when a potential difference of 1 volt is applied to the resistance. And the reciprocal of resistance is conductance. So we can write it is the reciprocal of resistance for conductance. And the unit for that conductance is Siemens and it is denoted by S. Next is magnetic flux and flux density. The SI unit of magnetic flux is Weber and it is abbreviated as WB, which is defined as the magnetic flux that links a single turn coil producing an EMF of 1 volt when the flux reduces to 0 at a constant rate in 1 second. The SI unit of magnetic flux density is Tesla, which is defined as the flux density in a magnetic field when the flux of 1 Weber occurs in a plane of 1 square meter. Next is inductance and capacitance. The SI unit of inductance is Henry. It is denoted as capital H. When 1 volt of EMF is induced by the current that changes at the rate of 1 ampere per second, then inductance of the circuit is 1 Henry. The SI unit of capacitance is Farad. It is denoted as F and it is defined as the capacitance of capacitor containing a charge of 1 coulomb when the potential difference is 1 volt between its terminals. Next is temperature units. Here Two temperature scales are there. First is Celsius scale and second is Kelvin scale. These are the two temperature scales for measuring temperature in SI units. There are 100 equal divisions or degrees between the freezing and boiling temperature of water. The freezing temperature of water is 0 degree Celsius for Celsius, C is there, and boiling temperature of water is 100 degrees Celsius at normal atmospheric pressure. The Kelvin scale starts at absolute zero of temperature corresponding to minus 273.15 degrees Celsius, which means that 0 degree Celsius corresponds to 273.15 Kelvin and 100 degree Celsius corresponds to 373.15 Kelvin. This scale is also known as absolute scale. There are also a non-SI temperature scale called as Fahrenheit scale, in which the freezing and boiling temperatures of water are 32 Fahrenheit and 212 Fahrenheit respectively. Next is Joule's equivalent. The Joule's equivalent, also called as a mechanical equivalent of heat, and it is used to calculate the energy required to raise a quantity of water through a given temperature change, so that to raise 1 liter of water through 1 degree Celsius, the energy required is 4187 joule. The container in which the water is stored must be heated to the same temperature as water. So every container must have its own water equivalent, which is defined as the quantity of water absorbing the same amount of energy as the container through a specified temperature change on being heated. Next is scientific notations and metric prefixes. The number multiplied by 10 raised to power can be easily written to denote very small or very large numbers, such as 0.001 we can write as 10 raised to minus 3. This form of representation is called as a scientific notation. To simplify the writing of very small and very large quantities, metric prefixes are used, such as 10 raised to minus 2 ampere is expressed as 1 centiampere and 1000 ohm as a kilo ohm, 1 kilo ohm. So in the table you can see different metric prefixes and symbols for various multiples and submultiples of 10. So here we can see for point 1 it is 10 raised to minus 1 scientific notation, prefix is decimal and symbol is small d. For 0.001 we can see scientific notation is 10 raised to minus 3, prefix is milli and symbol is small m. Like that, for second section we can see 10 lakh number is here. So for that we can write in scientific notation as a 10 raised to 6 and prefix is mega and symbol is capital M. Small m is for milli. So we can see that these small and large numbers we can write in the this notation called as a scientific notation, and to express that here metric prefixes are there and symbols are here. We can see the representation of quantities in multiples of 10 raised to 3 or 10 raised to minus 3 is mentioned in table, which is called as a engineering notation. The quantities such as 5 into 10 raised to minus 7 is more suitably written as 50, sorry, suppose here 10 into 10 raised to minus 7, we can write it is more suitably like 1 into 10 raised to minus 6. Suppose this is current, then we can write ampere. Okay. Also we can write 1 micro ampere instead of 10 raised to minus 6, because micro is the prefix we can use for the engineering notation. To employ electrical calculations, engineering notations proves to be more convenient than the ordinary scientific notations. So thank you for the watching this video.